Lion Nation, hello to you all out there. We're back, Coach's Corner, and we talked about how fast it's going last week. It felt like I just blinked and we're already starting to get this
here. Already here.
Again, my guest, Lions head football coach Victor Santa Cruz, and the smile has been on this man's face for 3 straight weeks because the formula seems to be pretty consistent. We get 35 points, you hold a team to 1 touchdown. It's that easy, right?
I'm glad. It's very simple for you.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Oh, no. JSerra 3-0 right now, coming off of a 35-6 victory over Clovis North. And Coach, the first question I want to talk to you about the defense. Defensively so far this season, a lot to like about what you've seen from this team. You guys are giving up less than 7 points per game, 20 total points for the season. 14 tackles for losses. You're giving up less than 4 yards per carry on the ground. When you look at everything defensively, what is allowing you to be successful so far?
Well, great defense just starts off with just in how the style of how you play. And, our coaching staff does a really good job throughout every position group, from Coach Baggerly, Coach Evans, Coach Aguayo, Coach White, myself, just instilling what is that. It's that it factor, that dog mentality of when you play the game, how you play the game defensively. And so then, but you can't have just passion without discipline. And so there's a tremendous discipline on how they execute their techniques. And so I'm really proud of the young men. They've risen to the standard, to the challenge, and there's still way more to go. Obviously Madden Framo is an amazing guy to be the tip of the spear of what we're doing. But you're seeing across the board all the contributions of a Garrett Dudenhofer, Mote Katalanga. You've got a guy, Devin Davis, who's younger, sophomore guy, adding a lot. And then in the back end, obviously being led by Logan Christensen, and then a Tyler Canales, and then a guy who's been in the program for a while, and Al Ringgold. And then you got a Sawyer Thompson who's just playing, like the game with a lot of fun, a lot of passion. So those guys are amazing to be around, and there's way more names than I can mention right now. But the reality is that it's every opponent you look at, you got to take what we do and you figure out how are you going to fit it well. And so our guys bring a lot of attention to detail, a lot of openness to where it comes to Mondays install meetings, and they're smart players and they know how to adapt well within the system.
Now, obviously, with the defensive effort being as strong as it has, it's allowed you offensively to kind of showcase a variety of different weapons there. And I want to talk to you about your playmakers on the outside. We've talked a lot about the strength of this team being the offensive line, but you have playmakers on the outside, a Brett DeBerg, a Logan Christensen, a Clark Coakley, a Jared Sersansi. Just talk a little bit about having those options there. All of them actually contributed in the last game. They each had a touchdown. Just talk a little bit about when you can go to the outside and know that you have a capable playmaker out there to help you make plays.
What that does, the bigger picture, it takes tension off the box, and so and it puts so the box can be relieved of some of that pressure, and now flip the pressure onto the defense. And it's because are you going to play as pure man, or are you going to how are you going to defend the box when you have a Darian Webb, obviously a Will Fredrickson, a Gabe Rivas, a George Perez, that they can run the ball, and you have also a Ryan who can, we've seen in him that if he's in the open space, he can go. So what we're trying to do in our power spread offense is just really trying to create as many tension points across the field for a defense to have to defend. But it goes back to even then, we're playing some really good defenses. Lincoln has got a great defense in their own right. They're bringing a ton of pressure. They can play a lot of man coverage. So we figure numbers, they're going to be able to find numbers in the box and cover some guys man to man. So that's where it's now you got to win your one-on-ones. And so week in, week out, what I've liked about this is that our offense has just been able to rise up to the challenge, find a way to run the football. But like you said, just make using those weapons on the outside to take advantage of the opportunities that are given to us.
Boy, it's got to feel good as a coach to list all those names and know that those guys are going to be the ones to make plays for you.
Well, it's definitely better than the alternative. So you want, but I think that's where we have all those names we talk about have their homegrown names that we've developed in the program. And so that's where we try to pride ourselves in this. What's our strategic edge? And say, okay, we're going to be the best development of talent in this region, and we want to hold true to that. We want to keep getting better at that, how we grow on that, how we resource it, and we're just trying to do the best we can for the players. Give them every advantage to become the very best player they can possibly be.
Now the opponent this week, Lincoln High San Diego, they come in 2-1, and they've put a lot of points on the board. They're averaging over 45 points a game. Even in the game that they lost, they scored 44, I believe. Yeah. So obviously scoring has not been a problem there. Now matched up against a defense that has allowed less than 7 points a game. So something's got to give this week. Yeah. What has the focus been in terms of your preparation and getting ready for the challenge of the Hornets?
Well, it's always about, it's how we play, not who we play. So we got to challenge ourselves in the practice, what we do. But when you look at the Hornets, Coach Dunn has done an amazing job of building a championship program down there. Coach Dunn and I kind of have some history. We played against each other in high school, played against each other in college. He's doing a good job, really good job, and I admire what he's done. He's a good man that does well with in that program. So what you got is we know it's going to be a lot of emotion and an explosive game. But you've got Akili Smith, who's committed to Oregon, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, that has the ability to hurt you with his legs and his arms. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on the secondary, but don't take away from the running game, because they run a trap play that is, I think, one of the finest ran in the country, the way I've seen them do it, and in the 3 games. And so they found their own little formula to put tension in the box as well as on the perimeter. And then I think defensively, once you watch them and you study all of them, is just, especially in that first game, is they're down 38-7. They come back and they're up 42-38 with a few minutes left, and the other team comes in to score a touchdown to go ahead. So you're finding a very explosive team who's going to play tough football. So we got to come in there and understand, hey, this is everything you want with the Friday Night Lights.
You've talked about it before, just having that non-league schedule preparing you, and I think this is another challenge in along of itself in terms of the season and getting you ready for the Trinity League battles to come. When you're just kind of looking at it, right, are you seeing a team that is rising to the occasion, but also doing so with the eye of getting better for the battles that they know are to come?
Oh yeah, you have to, and it's a non-negotiable. If the goals we want to achieve, and we all are out there, we know we want to do league champions, you want to be CIF champions, you want to be state champions, you want to be national champions. It is non-negotiable that every single week you have to get better. And once you hit cruise control, you're not moving forward. You're on the quick decline. So what we have, and I appreciate, once again, we talk about the senior class, the humility of that, and what they want to do to be hungry and keep doing it, providing that player leadership. But you look at every week, what I've loved and appreciated about this season thus far is we are playing well-coached teams, physical teams, teams that are ranked, and now you've got the best high school football program in San Diego County we get a chance to match up with.
Well, that matchup comes again Friday evening down at Southwestern College down in Chula Vista area, San Diego. Look forward to a great battle. JSerra looking to go to 4-0 on the season. Coach Santa Cruz, as always, thank you. We wish you the best of luck. Lion Nation, we look forward to seeing you. Come check out the boys. We'll see you again soon.